everyone, my name is Lena. Welcome back to English with Lena. So currently the situation with COVID-19 pandemic is everywhere in the world, so the IELTS test has been closed in some countries. Today I'm going to tell you a test that is an alternative to IELTS. So the test is called Duolingo English Test. Alright, it is not as internationally recognized as IELTS. However, it is currently being accepted by more than 1,000 institutions in the world, and it's super cheap. It's only $49. It's all done online. Do stay until the end. I will give you some advice on how to study for this test. So we'll cover these three main points. First one is general information about the test. Second, the test format, certainly. And last, some tips to study for this test. Okay, so Duolingo is an app for learning foreign languages. I have used this app for studying Spanish and I find it very helpful. And like I mentioned above, the Duolingo English test is accepted by many institutions and universities in different countries like the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. To name a few reputable universities could accept this test. In the US, you've got the University of California, University of Notre Dame, Yale University. In the UK, got the University of Bristol, University of Birmingham, and UCL. So to check whether or not the institutions that you are applying for would take this test for admission, check the Duolingo English test website. I would put the link down below. Okay, so the test done online, like I said, and you will finish it in 1 hour. The result will be sent to you in 2 days, which is super fast. On their website, they also show a table to see the Duolingo English test score, sort of like comparing to the IELTS and CFR score. So you can kind of like have an idea of what does that score indicate. The practice test is free, so go ahead and do it. Even though you may not actually want to pay for the test to have a certificate, but doing this practice test can give you an idea of your current English level. Alright, coming up next about the test format. We will walk through a couple of questions together to give you an idea of what the test looks like. Alright, so this is a very common question in that test. It's going to show you many words. Some are actual English words and some are just made up ones. So you need to be able to identify the actual English words either through listening to the audio or seeing the words on the screen. Alright, this one about spelling, more or less like guessing the words. So you have to fill in the blank with a word that you think would fit in the context. And of course, it has to be grammatically accurate. Listening for Duolingo English test could look like this. So you have to listen to the test for, maximum 2 times, and you have to write down the sentence that you've heard. This one is more like pronunciation and speaking skills. You need to say a word or a sentence like this, and of course you do this through recording your voice. Speaking of speaking skills, they have some sort of question looking very much like the IELTS speaking task 2, like this. So you have the questions and the follow-up questions. Of course, you will be given some time to prepare for this, and you have to speak for maximum 3 minutes. You're gonna speak, and you have to not just only record your voice, but also record your face as well. So it's like a video that will be sent for them to mark. Last one is writing. Okay, in terms of writing, the topic could be about describing a story or describe a famous person in the history. So this is very much like descriptive writing, or you can have a more formal topics like about the environment, business, technology. They would ask for your opinion. So this sort of like somewhat similar to the IELTS writing task too, but much smaller. Some of the tasks required you to write a minimum of 50 words. You are expected to answer many of these small writing questions. Bear in mind that there's a timer for each question. You only have a certain given amount of time to do one question. Last one, all of you guys have been waiting for this, don't you? So I will share with you some tips on to how to study for this test. It should cover all the key like listening, reading, speaking, writing. But in my opinion, I found the Duolingo English test has a very strong emphasis on pronunciation and vocabulary, much stronger emphasis comparing to IELTS test. So for pronunciation, have you learned the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet? If you have not, do so because it's very useful for you to sort of like make sure that your pronunciation is accurate. And for vocabulary, I would recommend the English Vocabulary in Use book by Cambridge University Press. It has different levels for you, so pick up the one that is suitable for you. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please click the subscribe button. I wish you all the best.